Hi, I'm Lorraine Santa Rosa, and I became a real estate agent over 13 years ago while I was an active duty military spouse living in Monterey, California. My then spouse was attending the Monterey Navy postgraduate school, and I decided it was my time to get my license and finally do what I've always wanted to do for the last, I'd say, about 4 or 5 previous years. And I got my license. I remember my broker at the time in Carmel saying to me, Lorraine, why do you want to help military families? When military families, they really don't have any money. So how are you going to make it in this business? I didn't listen to them. In fact, just a few months later, I got my first client. He was a naval officer selling his home in Salinas, California, which is just a few minutes, 20 minutes or so outside of Monterey. And I learned a lot from my very first transaction. And from there, I have made it my life's passion to help military families negotiate great deals, utilize their VA home loan benefit to the max. That includes, if possible, getting them closing costs, get money for repairs, and help them pay down debt, which you can do with the VA home loan benefit. There are so many benefits to it, and it's a shame that military families aren't utilizing it. And so I also do seminars where I educate veterans about the benefit, because I believe that if you've served your country, you should own a piece of America. So how did this all start for me? It all started for me, I just mentioned that I was a spouse. I was a spouse for 20 years. And I remember being newly married, and if you've experienced that, it's a very exciting time in one's life. And we had just gotten to our first permanent duty station, which was Jacksonville, Florida. And obviously we needed a place to live. So we first looked at renting, and we realized that we were going to be paying quite a bit for very little space. And we didn't want to live on base. We wanted to experience living out in town. And so we went to our third option, which is to buy a house. And it all came about because my then husband said to me, he said, I have this benefit. I don't know much about it, just that I don't have to put any money down. And so just going off of that, we reached out to a realtor who started showing us properties. We found this perfect home. It was a brand new home and that we were going to build. It was going to take about 90 days, which was fine because our certificate of eligibility was going to take about 60 days in the mail. That's right. Back then you had to mail off certificate and wait for it to come in the mail. And so during those 90 days, we had time to let the VA loan benefit work its course. And so our realtor during that time tried to dissuade us from using the benefit, and even the builder too. They said, you sure you don't want to go another route like FHA or whatever? And we said, no, we're going to stick to the benefit because that meant that we were going to keep more money in our pocket. And I got to tell you, it was one of the scariest times because, like I said, we were a young couple. We had never applied for a loan together, much less a loan for a home. That was going to be our biggest investment. So it was nerve-wracking, but we got approved, and it was some of the best words that we had heard at the time. And we stuck with it, and the house was completed, and we closed, obviously. And then we told our friends who were in the military, and we explained to them, hey, we use the VA home loan benefit, which I'm sure that you have as well. And they were surprised to hear it too. And then they went off and bought their homes. And that's when I knew that I wanted to be a real estate agent, to educate our veterans about it, because I stumbled upon it, and then I told my friends who didn't know, and they had friends who obviously didn't know. It was just something that really wasn't talked about. And so that's what got me to decide I wanted to be a real estate agent. And till this day, I pride myself on working and helping our military families. In fact, when a new client comes my way, it's one of the most exciting time other than giving them the keys to their property, because I know the impact that I can have on their lives in getting them that home helping them to build wealth. For them, it's not just a house, it's more than that. And our veterans sacrifice so much, and for me, it's just a lifelong passion. So I'm in San Diego, California, and I've been here now practicing real estate since 2006, and I thoroughly enjoy my job. And I want to say thank you to all the veterans out there who have sacrificed for our country. And I want to say if you have this benefit, use it.